Hello everyone, I'm back with another video for you today. I was experimenting a little bit with Sera decks, and I thought about, what if we play Mr. Negative in a deck that is not actually built entirely around Mr. Negative? That's something that I've never really seen before, I think, in Marble Snap. The idea being we can just use that Mr. Negative to get a bit of value on things like Hitmonkey, Angela, maybe on a Shang-Chi or a Sera or a Bishop. Cards that we maybe miss in the early game, but still would want to play later on if they cost a lot less mana and were flexible and more powerful. So the idea there is if you don't draw the Mr. Negative combo, if you don't play Zabu into Mr. Negative, you don't even have to play the card out. You know, you can just not play it. It probably won't get much value if you've already drawn your, low power, higher mana cost cards, things like the Hitmonkey and the Angela in particular. If you've already drawn those, you don't have to play the Mr. Negative. If you don't draw the Mr. Negative, you don't have to worry that your deck doesn't work anymore. So yeah, not sure it works that well in practice. I think in reality it is just better to go all in on Mr. Negative or not play him at all. But I thought it was a fun and interesting experiment to try nonetheless. And in theory, we've got the Hazmat, Luke Cage, Wong combo, giving that Wong the flipperoo with the Mr. Negative. Can be very powerful, and likewise with some of the other cards. I think the idea is that really the Mr. Negative acts kind of like a Psylocke on mega steroids, or like another Sera in your deck in a way. You're able to flip some of those mana costs around and get access to a bigger, more crazier combo at the end of the game. Zabu is in there as well to help with that, to allow us to play things like Shang-Chi, Wong, alongside the Hazmat, the Luke Cage, at the end of the game to really surprise the opponent with a lot of power. We've got Bast as well, which works really nice in this deck. Even the negative on Sera, if you do turn her to 3 strength, can be negated with Luke Cage. So there's a lot of synergy there. Pryde can be used to recycle value on Angela and Bishop, and of course just be played as a pretty strong one-cost card at the end of the game. I think it works quite nicely as a deck, although, as I've said, a bit more experimental and not super optimal if you are looking to climb. So keep that in mind. I would rate this, I think, probably a 6 out of 10, maybe more towards the 5 out of 10 side of things, but definitely a fun little experiment that I wanted to pull off here. You can try running things like Rogue if you want, instead of the Shang-Chi, if you think that would be more useful for you. Could be a consideration as well. But with that being said, guys, let's jump into some gameplay with this spicy Mr. Negative deck. Mr. Negative in my hand. Is that a good thing? I think it's supposed to be. Pryde turn 1. That's a nice way to use our mana. We can play it on turn 2 as well, perhaps. Maybe we prefer to go with the Angela, though, just to get some extra buffs going. It's kind of a shame that... I suppose I can even play it in the Strange Academy, to be honest. That could be good if we want to play extra units there. Then they can all move and give Angela a bit more value. Okay, Luke's bar, I mean, that's fine. We're going to move into it, presumably. I guess we want to play Bishop here. Begin to get that ticking. I may or may not choose to play the Mr. Negative. I feel like Mr. Negative's best when you haven't drawn the... low power cards. Since I have, I can't really get that much value from it, so it's probably better for me to just play like a, Pryde, Bast. Oh, I can even do, I can do Hitmonkey. I guess it's not that much better than Bast, but it does give us extra bishop value here, so I think this play is good. Okay. Dark Dimension. We know they're an Electro deck, so it's a little bit scary, potentially. We've got some nice value on the Hitmonkey, though. So provided that we get some, some stuff going in the area over there, we should be okay. I guess I'm just going to play Pryde and Wong in the middle. Get the Wong set up for my Hitmonkey at the end. More Pryde value. I think I'll snap here. It's a little scary. I mean, Galactus could be coming. I don't think we lose to Galactus, though, so I'm going to snap on it. The opponent's going to retreat. Okay. But a strange game there. No Mr. Negative needed. Let's go to the next. Okay, another game. We've got a bit more Kitty Pryde action going on here. I would like Zabu. I feel like Zabu into Mr. Negative is really the ideal curve. You could definitely just play this deck without the Mr. Negative, realistically, couldn't you? But hey ho. So we do have Zabu here, though. We do have Zabu into Negative if we choose to go for that play. I think I will. I have a lot of stuff that can work with it quite nicely. I'll play Zabu and the Negative in middle location. Ooh. Wolverines. So either some kind of Destroy deck or Galactus. Pretty likely. So we've got quite a few good options with the Mr. Negative. You know, the Sera at 4 mana is quite cheeky. The Wong as well is quite powerful here. So I'm okay playing that in the middle. Okay, looks like an actual Destroy-focused deck here, perhaps with Death and things like that. I'm a little bit far behind in the Quantum Realm so far, but you know, we've got some things that can get some stuff done there, so I'm not too worried for the time being. I've got a nice Bishop. I think I will play Bishop in the middle. Seems like a good way to contest. And I guess in Fisk Tower we play the Angela. Kitty Pryde in there as well. This is pretty good. I'm tempted to go for a snap, honestly. I've got Shang-Chi in my deck. And the fact that they're seemingly not a Galactus deck is quite good for me. We'll get another retreat there before we even show that we're a full-on bounce deck. Anyway, let's go to the next game. Okay, let's get into another one. Getting quite a few retreats this time around. We've got Kitty Pryde, we've got Angela, we've got Mr. Negative. We've got some nice things to use here. Deep Space might be a bit annoying, but we will see. Definitely going to want to play the Angela now in the Baxter building, I think. Get some extra value with the Kitty Pryde. I really love that combo. Certainly very powerful. Opponent's also playing Bast in their deck. We do have the Bishop as well, but I'm kind of... I mean, I suppose we'd rather play that than the Kitty Pryde on its own, right? So I'll play a Bishop in Asgard, hope to win that location as a second. They're also playing some kind of a similar deck by the looks of things. Do we want to play the Mr. Negative here? Again, I think without Zabu and having drawn most of the cards that benefit from that, I think we're going to go for a bit of a pass on this particular game. I think I'll play Wong to be mana efficient. Just get that set up in the Baxter building. Can be quite powerful with Hitmonkey, maybe with other things if we're fortunate enough. The Shang-Chi probably won't do much this game. Maybe it'll hit the Bishop. We'll have to find out. They're going to draw a lot of cards. Oh, actually, we're the one drawing a lot of cards, which I'm pretty happy to see. I'm definitely going to want to play Kitty Pryde in the middle. Bast, I'd like to get the value from. I don't have Sera. Sera would be a great card to be able to play here and enable my final turn. I suppose I want to go Hazmat, you know, all of these different fellas at the end. Something like this, and then go for Kitty Pryde, Hitmonkey, Hazmat at the end of the game. Looks good to me. I think I should snap on this as well. They're probably afraid of Wong. It's a good time to get my snap in. And that Hitmonkey is going to be really huge. Hazmat as well. Kind of hopefully won't be a rogue or an enchantress or something. I kind of would find that surprising. And there's no mega Hitmonkey from the opponent at least. So hopefully we'll have a bit of an edge here at the end. We'll see how many units they get back into their hand. If they have a Falcon, that could be a problem. Because my Hazmat combo won't really hit very many units. It might just be better to go with a Shang-Chi here, in all honesty. That is sort of a pretty powerful play we could go with. It's a little rough on the mana. It's a very strong play. I could also just go with the Hazmat, you know, a play like this, which probably is more power in the grand scheme of things. The opponent actually does have priority, so this is, yeah, this play has got to be good, right? We're going to be able to hit their whole board with this combo. Yeah, seems good to me. Let's send that in. I think the Shang is, you know, it's strong, but it's nowhere near going to be as good as this Wongbo combo. Opponent's probably a little afraid of this, I would imagine, but even getting some strength in the left location in case we need that. help tip us over the edge. They're filling their whole board, not too surprisingly. Let's see how much power they actually have, though. I'm definitely going to be taking away a lot of it with my Hazmat combo. Just hope we can win something that's not the middle, because I may have put a bit too much strength here. I think we're going to be okay in the left, by the looks of things. So, nothing to worry about. It's a good thing we won Asgard and we're able to draw this combo, because, you know, the Luke Cage Hazmat is really where the power is at. But there we go, managing to defeat regular Bounce. Not necessarily meaning this deck's better, but definitely has some tricks up its sleeve, shall we say. Very nice. Okay, let's get into another game here. Orcus Forge might be good for me, to be honest. Getting myself more things that I can play with Sera is probably not a bad thing. Deadpool coming in for the opponent. Do I want to play the Kitty Pryde or just get the Luke Cage on the board? I suppose I probably want to play the Kitty Pryde here. And I can get one Sentinel for myself, I don't see a problem with that. Gonna play Bishop next turn, I think. Some actual Wolverine deck. Should be a pretty interesting match. We've got the Luke Cage Hazmat Wong combo with Sera. And a Camartage. So that's feeling pretty good. The opponent is doing some destruction stuff. I'm trying to think if there's any interaction with Camartage for them. There might be. I do want to play the Zabu here for sure. Probably Kitty Pryde as well. Could be a Sentinel play as well. Both are kind of some way equivalent. I think I like the Sentinel play more. I mean, we're going to play Sera next, so this will be 4 power, so I think playing the Sentinel is worth slightly more value. Actual full-on destroy deck here, what the hell? That's pretty funny. Well, I think I'm going to snap. Seems like a good snap. I do want to pull off my combo, of course, but getting the... Yeah, I'm just going to play Sera middle. I don't think there's any issue with that. It might give the opponent the false feeling that they can win the middle with, you know, guaranteed with a certain play. But I'm not too afraid. And this way we also manage to give the opponent priority so that the Hazmat combo is enabled. So I guess we go Shang, Wong, Hazmat, Luke Cage. Just absolutely blow them up. Even killing the Carnage as well. This should be always winning. I'm going to send that mega combo in. Seeming like I don't play Mr. Negative very often. I mean, I would if I got it with Zabu. I think it's... I'm not even sure whether you'd want to play that in the optimal version of this deck, but it's definitely makes for an interesting thing. Okay, we've got Death coming in. Death's definitely not going to be enough here. We've got our mega combo, we've got the Bishop buffs as well to win that middle location. Would have maybe been a different story had we not had the initiative on the opponent's side. Oh my goodness. It's a very satisfying combo. We'll take a nice 4 cuber there. Very good. Alrighty, let's get another game. Gonna be Bast in hand. It's not the most exciting Bast play. I think I'll actually wait on that this time around. Not really getting enough from it to justify the play, I think. It's a little bit better now, but still it's a little bit mediocre. Maybe I wait one more turn on it and just skip this turn here. Ooh, Master Mold coming. That's kind of nasty. Gonna take away my draw for the time being. And the Crimson Cosmos as well. Oof. This is kind of rough. I have to hope there's not like a Maximus coming or something now to sort of brick me up fully. But we'll see. Do really want to draw that Luke Cage. That would be excellent for me. If I am able to find it. Just a Kitty Pryde for the time being. Doesn't really help me out here. I could play Wong in the middle. I think I have to play it in the negative zone realistically, just so that I'm able to actually play that Luke Cage combo. I think that's what we're going for in this particular game. think I'm going to need to find that to have a chance of winning. Hopefully I can lose priority so that... Oh my god, the Mysterio is just in the negative zone. On his lonesome. Tricky. I guess I have to play in the Crimson Cosmos here to at least have some power there. But definitely this game has not gone very well for me. The locations combined with the Master Mold and my draws. All just a bit of a recipe for disaster. We'll see, we have some good draws available. We got Luke Cage. Hitmonkey would also be quite strong. Right now we're not too far behind. We know they have a lot of power on their hand. I'm going to be able to play a lot of my cards out though, or... I mean, I suppose the Ronin is going to be a problem no matter how we skew it, because I can't play in Crimson Cosmos with the Shang. So we want to do something like this, I guess. We definitely want to play Angela first. We definitely want to do Hazmat. Is that even true? Hazmat's kind of bad for me here, right? Because I actually have more units than them, so I guess I'm not playing a Hazmat. Definitely playing this, this. I think is the play. Is that ever winning the game, though? I think we've got to take a retreat here, guys. This game didn't go too well for us, in all honesty. Let's head into the next one. Let's get one last game in, shall we? Okay, going to be a Kitty Pryde, turn 1, Angela. Kind of a game. Something I do like to see. Got one piece of my Luke Cage Hazmat combo as well. And Orcus Forge will probably want to get something in there at some point. Maybe not just yet, though. Perhaps Bishop can go in that location. Goose is coming down, okay. Not something we care very much about, thankfully. Just Bishop and Orcus Forge, I think, here is good. Then I can go with Kitty Pryde next turn, maybe Luke Cage in addition. Either that or the Sentinel, I guess. Maybe just Sentinel. For a bit of extra juice, keep the enemy guessing a little bit. Now, the Dream Dimension is going to take away the possibility of Sera, which is quite sad. It is quite sad. I suppose I maybe should have played Luke Cage middle, actually. Come to think of it. I guess we can do that this turn, though. It's not really particularly problematic. Perhaps we'll show the opponent a little bit what my plans are for the final turn, but that's not the end of the world. Is it a good time to go with a snap? Probably here, I would snap. I feel like it's a little risky. Not exactly sure what will be coming at the end. Maybe a Destroyer play. They seem to be running some ongoing stuff. In Onslaught. They can't really play very much in the right other than stones, I would guess. So that's kind of interesting. I want one card in Atlantis, I think maybe the Kitty Pryde. That seems kind of reasonable, doesn't it? Get some nice power there. I could also play the Shang-Chi, but I think something like this looks good to me, right? We just spread our strength around nicely. Probably a snap would be reasonable. We have a lot of power here. I think just going to be a Reality Stone in the right to finish up, and a Dinosaur middle. Dinosaur is probably good enough to win that location for them, but I think we're fine in the right with that Hazmat. More than enough power to take that location. And getting a nice little win there to finish things off. Probably could have snapped that game, but I just, wanted to see it through to the end, and wasn't 100% sure that it would be a win, but yeah, getting some cubes nonetheless with this one. Not the strongest deck ever. I think the Mr. Negative's a little wonky. Didn't pull it off very often here. In theory, it can work if you Zabu into negative into hitting some of the good units, but it's a little... This is more just a Sera Hazmat deck, really. But hope you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless. Subscribe as always for more. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.